What if a private jet didn't need a crew, a flight department, or constant coordination? What if one pilot could fly it? It could land itself in an emergency and still cruise above weather at airline altitudes. That's why the Cirrus Vision Jet exists. Often called the world's smallest private jet, the Vision Jet SF50 isn't chasing corporate aviation. With real-world prices around $3.0 to $3.6 million for late-model aircraft, it created a new category: personal jet aviation, a jet that was never meant to feel like a jet. From the moment you see the Vision Jet, it's clear this aircraft was designed with a different philosophy. There are no engines hanging under the wings. Instead, a single Williams turbofan sits mounted high on the fuselage, giving the aircraft a clean, almost futuristic silhouette. The design feels less like a traditional business jet and more like a premium personal aircraft that happens to use a jet engine. This design choice isn't just aesthetic. By using a single engine and simplifying the airframe, Cirrus reduced both complexity and pilot workload. The result is an aircraft that feels approachable, even to pilots transitioning from high-performance piston airplanes or turboprops. That approachability is intentional. The Vision Jet was never built to impress airport lounges. It was built to fit into real life. The cabin, small but thoughtfully designed. Calling the Vision Jet's cabin small isn't an insult, it's an honest description. This is a very light jet, and Cirrus doesn't pretend otherwise. What makes the cabin impressive is how efficiently it uses space. With seating for up to 7 occupants, including the pilot, the aircraft is best suited for 4 to 5 people traveling comfortably, with flexibility depending on mission length and baggage needs. Large windows help the cabin feel brighter and more open than its dimensions suggest. The materials and finish feel modern and upscale, closer to a high-end SUV interior than a traditional corporate aircraft. This isn't a flying boardroom. It's a personal space designed for owners, families, and small groups who want comfort without excess. The rear seating works well for shorter trips or younger passengers, while the front and middle rows provide a surprisingly relaxed experience for a jet this size. The Vision Jet doesn't try to stretch reality. Instead, it delivers exactly what it promises: a practical premium cabin designed for real-world trips. A cockpit designed for one pilot, not 2 professionals. The Vision Jet is certified for single-pilot operation, and everything about the cockpit reflects that reality. Cirrus integrated advanced Garmin avionics with a layout that prioritizes clarity, automation, and decision support rather than raw complexity. This isn't a cockpit designed to test ego or impress type-rated crews. It's designed to reduce workload. This matters because most Vision Jet owners are not corporate pilots flying daily rotations. They're owner pilots who value autonomy and flexibility. The avionics, automation, and flight management systems work together to make high-altitude jet flying feel logical rather than overwhelming. Cirrus didn't just shrink a jet cockpit, they rethought how a jet should feel when flown by one person. Performance that fits real missions. On paper, the Vision Jet delivers numbers that place it firmly in the jet category while remaining accessible. It has a maximum operating altitude of 31,000 feet, allowing it to climb above much of the weather that plagues lower altitude aircraft. Its maximum cruise speed of approximately 311 knots true airspeed gives it a significant advantage over turboprops and piston aircraft on regional trips. Takeoff and landing performance is another key part of its appeal, with published takeoff distances just over 2,000 feet and landing distances under 1,700 feet under standard conditions. The Vision Jet can access many airports that are impractical for larger jets. This isn't about extreme short field performance, but it does expand the range of destinations in a meaningful way. Range, often cited around 1,200 to 1,300 nautical miles depending on configuration and reserves, defines the Vision Jet's role clearly. This is not a transcontinental aircraft, it's a regional mobility tool, perfect for avoiding airline hubs, eliminating connections, and flying directly to destinations that matter. The safety philosophy that defines the aircraft. No discussion of the Vision Jet is complete without addressing safety, because safety is the foundation of the entire Cirrus brand. The aircraft includes the Cirrus Airframe Parachute System, a whole aircraft ballistic parachute designed to be deployed in extreme emergencies. While it's not a replacement for good judgment or training, it represents a last resort option that has saved lives across the Cirrus fleet. More revolutionary, however, is Safe Return, Cirrus's implementation of Garmin's emergency autoland system. In the Vision Jet G2+, this system is standard equipment. If the pilot becomes incapacitated, passengers can activate Safe Return return with the push of a button. The aircraft will select a suitable airport, navigate there, communicate with air traffic control, land, and stop on the runway without pilot input. This feature fundamentally changes how non-pilots perceive private aviation. It doesn't eliminate risk, but it reframes it in a way that feels understandable and reassuring. For many buyers, this technology is not a gimmick. It's the reason the purchase makes sense. The $3.5 million question. The Vision Jet is often labeled as a $3.5 million jet, but that figure needs context. Cirrus does not sell every Vision Jet for exactly $3.5 million, and market prices vary widely based on year, total time, equipment, and condition. Earlier models can sell for significantly less, while well-equipped late-model G2 Plus aircraft often list between $3.0 and $3.6 million, sometimes higher in strong market conditions. What that price buys is not just an aircraft, but a philosophy. Compared to larger jets, the Vision Jet offers lower acquisition cost, simpler operations, and a pathway into jet ownership that doesn't require a full aviation infrastructure. It's not cheap, but in the world of jets, it's accessible in a way few others are. Ownership reality: jets are still jets. Despite its approachable design and user-friendly reputation, the Cirrus Vision Jet does not escape the fundamental realities of turbine aircraft ownership. Jet fuel consumption, scheduled and unscheduled maintenance, mandatory training programs, insurance requirements, and regulatory compliance all remain part of the equation. While the Vision Jet simplifies many aspects of ownership compared to larger or twin-engine jets, it does not eliminate cost or responsibility. Operating expenses vary widely depending on how often the aircraft is flown, where it is based, and how it is maintained, but most industry analyses place its variable operating costs firmly within the very light jet category. That makes it more affordable than many traditional business jets, but still far removed from piston aircraft economics. This distinction is important because expectations define satisfaction. Owners who enter Vision Jet ownership with a clear understanding of turbine realities, planning for professional maintenance, ongoing training, and fluctuating operating costs tend to find the experience rewarding. Those who expect piston-level simplicity or minimal oversight can be caught off guard. The Vision Jet's achievement is not in removing responsibility from aviation, but in organizing it. It transforms complexity into something structured and manageable, allowing owners to focus more on flying and less on administration. Why the Vision Jet succeeded where others didn't. Cirrus delivered over 600 Vision Jets by late 2024, a milestone that signals something important. This aircraft didn't succeed because it was the fastest, the highest flying, or the most luxurious. It succeeded because it aligned with how people actually want to travel. It respects time, it respects simplicity, and it respects the fact that most owners don't want aviation to become a second full-time job. Instead of chasing prestige, the Vision Jet chased usability, and that choice reshaped an entire segment of aviation. The trade-offs that matter. Choosing the Vision Jet means accepting limitations. You trade raw performance for simplicity. You trade cabin size for accessibility. You trade maximum range for operational freedom. But for the right mission profile, those trade-offs feel less like compromises and more like clarity. The Vision Jet knows exactly what it is, and just as importantly, what it isn't. The Cirrus Vision Jet doesn't try to redefine luxury, it redefines control. Control over time, control over travel, control over when and where you fly. So here's the real question. If a jet can fly above weather, land itself in an emergency, protect its occupants with a parachute, and still be flown by one person, has private aviation finally become personal? If you want to be smarter every day, like and subscribe.